Hello YouTube, Alpha White Wolf bringing you another Death Battle reaction. Great thing about falling behind, or one of the only good things about falling behind, is the fact that I can just do these things back to back, and it is so awesome being able to catch up on these. This one is Venom vs. Crona. Now, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to stay up to date with our uploads. If you like the video, indicate so down below, and if you have suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comments. The link to the original video is in the description, along with a link to Gaming Glatorius' Twitter page, which you can head over there and follow us on that. Now, I won't lie, I am completely unfamiliar with Soul Eater. I shouldn't say completely unfamiliar. The most I've seen is the occasional anime meme online. But even then, it's like a drop in the bucket compared to everything else. I am not familiar with this anime. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what's going on there. And I don't know this character. I am currently siding with Venom because I do have a greater familiarity with him and his abilities. And considering what he was able to do against Bane, I do have high expectations for him. Now, if this Crona person manages to pull something particularly good out of the bag, I do think that she might be able to at the very least hurt Venom. And if she has like an awesome trump card to her name, then she might even be able to outright kill him. If I remember correctly, Carnage, the symbiote, was considerably more powerful than Venom and could take massive punishment. I'm not sure if Venom is as resilient, so there could be a chance that this Crona person could just be so overwhelmingly powerful because anime, and simply smear him across the wall. There's a very good chance of that. If it starts leaning in her favor, I'm thinking that might be one of the big possibilities there. But as of right now, I'm siding with Venom. So, I got the disclaimer out of the way. As of right now, the Winter Soldier versus Red Hood Death Battle has been uploaded. So, by the end of recording this, I should be able to check back in and see whether or not YouTube has decided to block that as well. Fingers crossed, because the boys one was actually not blocked so far. So I'm hoping that the Winter Soldier versus Red Hood, as well as this one, and then the next one I'm doing won't be blocked. So here's hoping. Alright, video is a go in 3, 2, 1, and play.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by AT&T 5G.
We wanted to give a big shout out to AT&T for helping us throw a huge RTX this year. Without them, the show wouldn't have been possible.
AT&T's 5G network is now available nationwide. Whether you're at home or on the go, you'll enjoy coverage in more places.
Plus, AT&T doesn't make it complicated. 5G access is included in all best consumer unlimited plans at no extra cost.
For more information on AT&T 5G, visit att.com/5G. It's always nice to have a best friend attached to your hip, like me and my shotgun leg.
But these two take their friends even further than that.
Venom, the lethal symbiote and Spider-Man's best frenemy.
And Crona, the deadly demon sword from Soul Eater.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out
This background music's really loud.
Death Battle. At the beginning of time, in the faraway reaches of space, the Clintar rose from a living darkness. One of these amorphous symbiotes was Venom.
Who was a freaking loser? Hey, don't look at me, all the goop aliens were saying it. So they kicked the poor slime ball straight off the planet.
In its exile, the symbiote underwent a number of misadventures which firmly shaped its personality. It bonded to a heroic Kree soldier rescuing refugees, a violent monster who committed genocide, and apparently Deadpool.
Damn, no wonder Venom's so messed up in the
Okay.
head.
Eventually,
Just my
the symbiote
headset.
was discovered by Peter Parker, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
It gave him a pretty slick black suit and awesome new powers. But after finding out it was a confused, raging psychopathic alien, Pete decided to exercise it with the power of Christian Rock.
A wise decision, although ill-timed, as this event would cause the symbiote to finally meet its greatest partner, Edward Brock.
Eddie was a journalist with the unluckiest backstory ever. While trying to uncover the identity of a serial killer, he blamed the wrong guy. The same day he published his article, Spidey caught the real killer, who lived right next door to the dude Eddie blamed.
Long story short, Eddie was fired from his job, divorced by his wife, and disowned by his father.
Yeah.
Blamed Eddie for his wife dying in childbirth.
On top of all of that, Eddie learned he developed adrenal cancer, with only a few months left to live.
Man, and I thought 2020 was rough. I almost don't blame him for becoming a supervillain.
With all hope lost, he begged God to take it all away, and got an answer. The symbiote.
Just like Captain Planet, with their powers combined, these two losers became a super loser. Well, no, they actually became a horrifying monster with all of Spider-Man's powers and then some.
Their mutual hatred of Spider-Man caused the symbiote to bond to Eddie like no host ever before. They were perfect, a terror in the night, an unstoppable demon. They were Venom.
It even cured Eddie's cancer.
Sort of, it's complicated.
Apart from Spider-Man's webbing and web-crawling powers, Venom can use shape-shifting to mold his body into cool doodads. Swords, shields, tendrils, worm monster things, even wings. Yeah, imagine seeing this guy flying outside your window at night. Not sleeping ever again.
Venom can camouflage his entire body, heal severe wounds like impalement and lost limbs, see all around him at once, and psychically project emotions onto others.
Normally, this just makes people feel sorry for themselves, like Wiz on Tinder. But one time he convinced a bunch of other symbiotes that life was meaningless and they killed themselves. Shit, that's dark.
If desperate, the symbiote can even invade the bodies of others and make them burst from inside out.
Gross and awesome. But if he doesn't want to pop them like a fun balloon, he can just take over their body like a creepy puppet master.
While attached to a victim, Venom can control them by fusing the symbiote to their nervous system, specifically the brainstem and frontal lobes. Fighting off this mind control is extremely difficult unless you have powers that can directly counter it, such as another symbiote.
Oh god! Aliens, tentacles, and mind control? Are we sure this episode is rated E for everyone, or do we need to start blurring stuff?
For mass murderer, Venom's stories are completely wholesome.
Right.
Venom proved a dangerous thorn in Spider-Man's side and frequently ruined his life. Even taking a page out of my favorite book, The Most Dangerous Game, and hunting him on a private island.
Yeah, he was the coolest rival ever, but over the years, things kinda calmed down a bit. They even teamed up every so often.
See, even with so much anger, Eddie had a legitimate desire to protect others. As a teenager stealing his dad's car, he accidentally ran over and killed a child. Despite his desire to confess, his father forced him to plead innocent and rigged the jury. The guilt has weighed him down ever since. So while Venom does have a hunger for human brains, he'd rather eat the face off a criminal than an innocent person.
Venom's as tough as they come. He's survived Ghost Rider's penance stare. He's strong enough to toss a tank hundreds of feet up, and fast enough to take down Spidey 2099, who once caught Mjolnir while it was moving 2,000 times the speed of sound.
Although Venom does not possess the spider sense that allows Parker to react in microseconds, he can still keep up with all the usual Spidey gallery. Plus, while symbiotes have a severe weakness to high-pitched sound and heat, he's developed resistances to them.
Right, I remember that.
This giant explosion, or when he survived a sonic scream from some mutant gremlins that shattered all glass within 10 miles.
While he may be tougher to take down than most other symbiotes, Venom never fully overcame his weaknesses. However, his symbiotic genes provide far more help than harm. This includes traits and memories from other hosts, like Scorpion and Flash Thompson.
Wait. Bullets are a genetic trait? How do I pass that down?
Venom would certainly need a lot of firepower to survive an encounter with the symbiote god.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
here we
boy.
go.
At first, the Clintar symbiotes were seen as a peaceful people. But turns out they were actually living weapons forged by the primordial deity Null in an attempt to conquer the universe.
And I bet next up, Marvel decides they're magic maple syrup people from Asgardian IHOP. But okay, cosmic sludge made by alien Satan. Let's go with that.
Despite it all, Eddie and the symbiote have proven they're far more than the dark legacy the Clintar were intended for. They've even gained the respect of the Avengers and eventually considered Spider-Man a friend. Sort of. It's complicated.
Eddie really is the best pal Venom could have found. And let's be real, he just looks frickin' badass.
That's true.
Everywhere, even in your nightmares.
Okay.
In ancient times, a demonic being known as the Kishin ravaged humanity, nearly driving all mankind into the depths of madness. This monster could only be defeated and sealed away by the god of death.
So, why is the literal god of death so goofy looking? You ever seen Death Note? Hell, even Thanos' girlfriend is scarier than this clown.
If you are unfamiliar with the world of Soul Eater, prepare yourself. It's different.
Well, not one
Okay.
of the apocalypse, Death and his oven mitts founded a school, Death Academy.
Here, warriors called Meisters would train to fight evil using the power of their souls.
They even got neat demon weapons that doubled as people. Together, they learned courage, chivalry, unbreakable friendship. You know, all that anime crap.
Crona Gorgon was not one of these students.
Buckle up, it's all Gloomsville from here. Deal with it.
I don't think I know how to deal with this situation.
Throughout their childhood, Crona was abused by their mother, Medusa, a witch obsessed with the legendary Kishi.
You can see where this is going. Anime Uma Thurman was such a fangirl she figured, hey, why don't I make my own Kishin? So she used her child as a guinea pig in a bunch of crazy experiments. You know, it kind of sounds like something you do, Wiz.
Don't be silly, I only use actual guinea pigs. Part of Medusa's great experiment included bonding Crona to a weapon, much like the Meisters of Death Academy. However, joining with Ragnarok was a bit more literal.
Ragnarok used to be your run-of-the-mill transforming weapon person until Medusa melted him alive in black blood.
Black blood being another experiment of hers. Crona's own blood is, in fact, this same black blood, which they can remotely control. It can be used to heal wounds and even harden as a sort of internal armor.
Cooking rags in black blood turned him into a brand new weapon that was literally poured into Crona's bloodstream.
From that point on, Crona and Ragnarok were two halves of the same person. The meek and tortured child firmly attached to their loud and brazen weapon.
And Raggy has that black blood control too. They can yank poor Crona around like a puppet. They can use black blood to create wings, thorny vines, all kinds of weapons, and big-ass needles. Needles. What's up with that mouth when he transforms into a sword? That thing's messed up.
Like the Meisters, Crona can wield their own soul in combat, amplified by Ragnarok as a technique called scream resonance. Think of it like an electric guitar up to an amp, though more akin to a screeching banshee on LSD.
I didn't know.
Oh no.
I don't. It's incredibly powerful, causing internal damage to foes and making Ragnarok vibrate to increase his cutting power. Hey, are you okay?
What?
With this weapon at their side, Crona set out on a quest to become a Kishi, which required quite a lot of homicide.
Yeah, Ragnarok can absorb the souls of dead people, and supposedly enough souls will turn Crona into the Kishin. So they went around slaughtering hundreds of people.
Despite their name, Death Academy wasn't exactly a fan, particularly their star student, Maka Albert.
Don't worry, she and Crona ended up becoming good friends. Until they weren't. Sort of. It's complicated.
As a pawn in Medusa's mission, Crona gained several levels of new potential. Notably, after gaining or absorbing the powers of the monstrous Black Clown, the demon tool Brew, and even Ashura, the original Kishi.
All of which increased Crona's abilities, especially the black blood. Now Crona could turn their entire body into goop, and the slightest touch could inflict madness. That's madness with a capital M, by the way.
This madness is a corruptive effect that causes targeted variants of delusion or obsession, often spread as a wavelength. The wavelength of Crona's mad blood specifically causes violent psychosis.
Crona may be a pawn, but they're a badass. They can cut through a whole ghost ship, cover the moon with sound waves, open the moon's mouth. What the hell is wrong with that moon?
Crona and Ragnarok have held their own against multiple Death Academy students, including Maka, Death the Kid, and Black Star.
Sometimes all at once.
Kid once flew from Nevada to Egypt in less than a minute, and Black Star is even faster. He's dodged lasers and been tracked moving over 20 kilometers in 6 microseconds while approaching Baba Yaga Castle.
And Crona's been able to make enough mad blood to crush a whole goddamn Ukrainian city.
While this city isn't named, we can use a
Wow.
similar metropolitan area in Ukraine. Kiev, for instance. With this in mind, Crona must have created over 9 trillion tons of black blood, enough to fill over 6 billion Olympic swimming pools.
But Crona's a big leap from invincible. They've had their shit kicked in plenty of times, and their hardened black blood can only block so much.
Even then, Medusa's plan ultimately succeeded. After years of scheming, Crona absorbed the power of Ashura and became a Kishin.
Well, more like Kishin absorbed Crona, but close enough.
But with the power of friendship, Crona ironically wound up defeating the Kishin once and for all. Despite their life being nothing but destruction, Crona was the one who ultimately saved the world.
With an added side effect of a new madness wavelength that made everyone obsessed with boobs. Truly a positive effect on people everywhere.
Just give up. I'm tired of trying to figure out how to deal with you.
Oh, anime.
Combatants are set.
You will never,
For all possibilities.
never change anime.
Chewing on brains and souls. How about chewing on blue?
This episode is
Ad.
sponsored by Blue Chew.
Crona.
If you want to increase your
That
performance,
sonic
confidence, and
ability.
bed, try BlueChew.com.
That
Blue
sonic
Chew comes
ability,
with the first chewable with the same
even if,
FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
even if Venom has
On a full
developed a bit of a
stomach, try
resistance to
Blue
it,
Chew anytime.
he's still not
Blue Chew is
immune to
prescribed
it.
online by
So,
licensed
that
physicians,
sonic
so you
ability,
don't have to
that
wait at
sheer
the doctor's
speed,
office or
that
wait in line at the
strength,
pharmacy. And it ships right to your door.
she
And it is
can
not
match
packaged.
him in a
Because
lot
they're
of
made in
ways,
the
and
US
that
and says
sound,
Blue
that
Chew
sonic
prepares and ships
ability
direct.
gives her an
They're
edge,
cheaper
gives
and
her
more
basically
convenient than a
that
pharmacy.
one
You can
thing
get it
that she
delivered
needs
straight
to
to your
really
door.
put Eddie on
Right
his
now,
back
we've got
foot.
a special deal for our
So I
viewers.
think Crona
Visit
is going to win
BlueChew.com
this.
and get your first shipment free
As per
when you
usual
use
in
our
anime,
special
she is
promo code
ridiculously
BATTLE.
overpowered.
Just pay $5 shipping.
Again, that's BLUE Chew.com, promo code BATTLE to try it for free. Thanks again to Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode.
But right now,
It's time for a death battle!
Hello? I want to be alone.
Hey, pay attention, you turd! Aha! Lucky day! 2 brains for the price of 1!
I don't think I can handle this right now.
Your mind is ours! Dinner time!
Screech!
Your versatility is gonna allow you to keep on your toes for a while, Venom, but I don't think you're going to be able to win this one.
He's gone? What is he?
We are the ones hiding under your bed, teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red.
But she's not super durable herself. If she puts up that armor, then yeah, she's gonna be tough.
I know. It's black.
Wake up, stupid!
That is a truly horrifying moon. Uh-oh.
We are the darkness. We are your nightmare. We are Venom.
I hate you.
Yeah. KO.
Man, these symbiotes really need to stop picking fights with pink-haired anime characters. They're f***ing crazy.
Venom
A little
was
bit.
certainly a tricky opponent. His shape-shifting camouflage and multitude of weapons kept Crona on guard. Unfortunately, Venom lacked the power needed to keep up a prolonged fight.
Yeah, Crona matching Black Star's speed makes for a pretty clear difference. Crona could reach Mach 9,000, while Venom only topped out around Mach 2,000.
And while Venom has shown incredible physical strength that puts Spider-Man to shame, he could never compete with 9 trillion tons of Mad Blood.
Which, by the way, that precise control of the black blood totally meant Crona could push out any of Venom's attempt at being a puppeteer.
And Crona has shown even greater feats of strength as well. Assuming all of the moon's teeth are similar in size and stone, opening this jaw is equivalent to lifting over 10,000 tons.
Of course, the final nail in Eddie's coffin was the fact that half of Crona's arsenal was sound-based, basically Venom's kryptonite.
Somewhat. Recall that Venom did gain a notable resistance to sound attacks, so we needed to determine if Crona's sonic waves were great enough to effectively harm him.
You know those gremlins who shattered every window in 10 miles with a screech attack? The symbiote barely survived it, so that's a good high end to look at.
It takes at least 100 decibels to shatter glass normally. To cover that much distance, the combined sonic blast must have equaled about 244 decibels. In contrast, in order to engulf the moon, Crona's sonic waves must have reached over 275 decibels.
Oh.
And yes, that's considering the weird size and shape of the moon. Ugh, just look at that freaky thing.
Sure, 275 doesn't seem that much more than 244.
Yeah, but that's not how that
decibels
works.
Increase on a logarithmic rate.
Yeah.
This means Crona's sound attack was actually over 1,000 times stronger.
Vinny for sure wasn't surviving that.
Eddie and the symbiote held their own with versatility, but Crona and Ragnarok had them beat in destructive power, blistering speed, and an arsenal that could take advantage of Venom's key weakness.
Looks like Venom just got Ragnaroked.
The winner is Crona.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. Come back next week to see previews of our upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes right around here, and you can always pick up some TV merch at store.roosterteeth.com.
Attention, blue team! This is the red team! We are here to destroy you!
I got a tank! People with tanks are never outnumbered.
Oh God! Really? Really? Oh God! Oh dear God! Okay. I loved Red versus Blue when I was still watching it. I stopped watching it when season 15 came out, but God, it was so awesome. I still remember that one episode in season 15 where it looked like Church was back, and I was so excited. He was my favorite character. But enough about that. Let's discuss what was going on here. I really enjoy when they have these kind of matchups. Venom is well known for being very powerful, like ridiculously so. So, him against any opponent, your immediate reaction is to go, okay, Venom's definitely gonna win. But then after a moment, you stop being biased about it. You start thinking, and you're like, they wouldn't put Venom against this person unless this person had something to them. Okay? They would not make a battle that one-sided. But yeah, this was a good matchup. This was really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. But don't really have much to say about it. Yeah, this was enjoyable. I liked it a lot. So, if you like the video, indicate so down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you have suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comments. In the description will be a link to the original video, which I highly recommend you go check out. There's, especially in those ones where they put like little cards giving some more information, they are always worth a rewatch just to go find those. And there's also a link to Gaming Glatorius' Twitter page, so go ahead and follow us on that. I was posting a lot in regards to Dungeons & Dragons minis that I was painting for my D&D group. But yeah, go ahead and follow us on that. I really don't have anything else to say. I'm just going to get into editing this, and I hate being this tired. But yeah, I'm going to get into editing this and get it uploaded. This has been Alpha White Wolf. I'm signing off. You keep howling, Wolfpack.